first time I met Mika was at Amsterdam East on 86th Street at between 2nd and 3rd, right? Someone, it might have been a school battalion.
Everybody stops talking.
And the first thing he says, you want to play?
You know what I was talking about.
And I said, sure, let's play race to 11. We played a tough match. I was ranked number 1 in New York back then. I won the match 11-9, and his face turned red. And he said, want to play another set? I said, sure. He played one of the most perfect sets I ever seen in my life. Drilled me 11-2 after that. And I looked at him and I said, wow, this guy's definitely going to be a world champion someday if he continues. And sure enough, that's what he wound up doing. But one of the funniest things that I've ever experienced with Mika, Charlie Williams, Mika, and I ruled for about 3 years in the mid-90s to the late 90s on the Camel Pro Billiard Series. Rather you remember that tour. He came back from shopping and he put on a new pair of pants before his match, a couple of hours before his match. And I looked at him and I said, man, those pants are kind of tight on you. He goes and puts his cue together and he starts looking at himself in the mirror and doing his stance, right? And I said, hey bro, are you practicing your stance? He said, no, I'm just checking out different poses. You know, you're like a model, right? And I want to make sure these pants are tight enough for the girls to sweat me when they look at my ass. So sure enough, he goes, plays the match, and he wins. And then I'm looking at Charlie and said, Steve, you remember Steve Knight, right? He passed away, didn't he? Yeah. Great player. Great player. A lot of people didn't know that he had a great women's voice, right? So we went up to him and said, hey, can you call the room and pretend that you just watched Mika play those tight pants? So that's what he did. So we made sure we went there. And sure enough, I said, hey, listen, we saw this girl that was asking about you, really? And I said, did she notice my new haircut? Because I got a new haircut too. I said, yeah, she noticed everything. So Steve goes and calls a room, Charlie and I, we're trying to make sure we don't laugh. And then starts talking. He says, oh, so do you really like my hair? Yeah, I do. And I said, I also noticed your ass. He said, well, which angle do you like better, the side or the back? It was awesome. I don't know what prevented Charlie and I from laughing. I had to go to the bathroom. So then she started saying, can I meet you downstairs? I said, sure. So he goes downstairs, and then he sees that it was Stephen Knight. He said, never forget that long as I live. But I wanted to make sure that Laura, my wife Gail, my little one Antonio, and my oldest son Jonathan, we extend our condolences. And we love Mika dearly, always will. Mika, you're my brother, you know that. We love you very much, and we rest in heavenly peace, and I can't wait to see you at some point. Love you.